booties for black girl nerds.
It's freaky. I really enjoyed this because it was two of my favorite things. I love horror. I love comedy. And horror is always so unintentionally funny to me. So it was cool to see that like ratcheted up for this. Kathryn, beginning with you, I think you got to live kind of everyone's, well, not every woman, but dream to what it's like to be a man for the day. Is
Right.
this, would you say, the most unique part you've had? What are your thoughts on how Millie's went
It's
through
a very
life?
good word for the characters that I played and just this movie as a whole. It's a very unique story. You're right about that. But I think we all want to be somebody else for a day. And so Millie actually gets to be someone else for a day. And I don't think anyone really wants to be a serial killer ever, but she has to. And it takes being someone else to realize how cool and special and powerful she is. So I think the moral, that's what I loved about the movie, is just the moral of the story is hang on to what makes you special and unique, and eventually you'll learn your power.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Vince, for you, Vince, I've loved so many different types of roles you've done over the years. This is no exception. What is it like to finally be able to lean into a more comedic approach to offing people, to killing people?
The script was just a great idea by Chris Landon, and it was fun to build both characters. They're so different. I did a lot of that work with Kathryn, which made it a lot of fun to have someone to collaborate with. And I found playing Millie a blast. You know, she's at that age where she sort of has some self-doubt. She's sort of coming into her own. It's that coming of age moment. And then to contrast it with someone like the Butcher, who's so kind of absent of empathy. And you're right. I think the kills in the movie here are really cool. And it's hard to do comedy and horror together, but Chris Landon, the director, did a really good job of balancing the two.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it had so many great elements that I hope don't go overlooked. Like even the score, when you think of horror movies and how that's a character, like when the killer's creeping up on you, all those elements were cool too. Kathryn, would you say when you do a role like this, is it preparing for two roles? Is it a nuanced singular role? How would you describe like the process of doing a character like this?
I would say the process is definitely creating two different characters. It was just like playing two people in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Millie would be easier for some reason because I thought it would be easy to play myself, but I think it ended up being the other way around. The Butcher just knew what he wanted the whole time, so that made it really simple. And also, it was really a collaboration with Vince and Chris Landon, our director, at creating these people, and out of thin air, because I had no idea what to do. I had no idea how to play a serial killer. So thank goodness I got so many ideas from Vince, and together we created these two people.
I'm glad you don't know how to play a serial killer. Vince, you know how to play a serial killer, sir?
Yeah,
You're out there practicing? Is there something we should know about you?
Kathryn had such good ideas. I think both of these roles can feel intimidating at first, but as you kind of explore their backstory and build it, it starts to make sense. And I think, when it comes to someone like the Butcher, you're kind of a predator, and it's so absent from what crosses our minds. But the fun of acting is to put yourself in situations. And so it was really unique to have two extremes and to go back and forth those, but be sharing it with another actor. It was important that we were able to feel like we were connected as those characters. And that was the part about this that was so kind of intimidating, but also fun.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. Loved it. Enjoyed it. You were terrific together. Have a wonderful day. Have fun with the kids.
You're tremendous. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.